when it boots here, it takes a while for it to boot for the first time because it's looking for a signal.
Okay.
But
Now this is a signal to the house.
yeah, to a signal to the house. It's not going to find one because we don't have a signal.
Okay.
So it's not gonna. It's not connected to a Wi-Fi, but that's okay. Now this is the power inverter in here. This is where all the power runs into. So this is what controls the amount of power that's going on to the lights.
Okay.
This is where it comes in. Now this is a lower voltage than the one that's on the house. The one in the house is 48 volts. This is a 24 volt. This is usually for landscape lighting.
Okay.
And then all the power kind of comes in through here, goes into this, and then it disperses it through this brain system here.
Oh,
This is the
interesting.
antenna. And up here on the box inside is the actual Ethernet port. So if you have Wi-Fi connection problems, those things you can hardwire it in
Okay.
to the Ethernet port. So I do at home with my TV and everything anyways.
Okay.
Now, on here on the box, when it lights up, you'll see exclamation point C here in the corner. That's bad. What that means is there's no internet. So if you ever see that, that means that you don't have internet connection to this unit. For the sake of this, we're okay with that because we don't have any internet. Now to turn the lights on,
Woo
all you
woo!
do is hit that button and then the lights turn on.
Look what we got here.
Now you can
We're in the
control-
lab. This is how the magic happens.
This is it. Now you can cycle through your box just by pressing this arrow and going through the different lights. Now it'll stay in the white zone, but if you want to change that, you can hit the menu button one time and it'll go into autumn. Just don't hold the menu button down because it'll go into a setup mode and everything like that. So you just want to tap it. Just tap it one time
Okay.
and it'll change it to Christmas. So now it's in Christmas mode and you can cycle
Look at
through
that.
all the different Christmas colors.
Instantaneous.
And then you can go through your individual colors if you want to change your colors and create your own pattern. You can
Okay.
do that.
And so if these are mounted outside of the house, you just look here at the box and it's going to flash right here in the brain what it should look like outside.
Yep.
So if you're by yourself, you don't have anyone outside looking at the lights for you, you can do it yourself.
Yep. You can. And then you can cycle through everything. But you see the connection is pretty easy to make. The only hard part about it is when you're running several ports. This section here is for when you're adding on an additional battery or additional power supply. That's what this would be here.
Why would we need an additional power supply?
So if you go over a certain amount of footage,
Okay.
this box push it at 500 watt controller can basically go up to 300 linear feet of
Okay.
lights, not of the 4-wire, of the lights. If it goes over 300 linear feet, then you would need an additional power supply because it runs at so low voltage that you would need that in order to keep the power running at the same level. And so that's what you would use here if you ever needed to run into, an issue, because we don't want a higher voltage controller because then you would have power bills and you would have things, messing with your power.
Got it.
At a lower voltage controller, it still keeps it to the point where you're running very low wattage so that you're having a power bill or anything like that.
But you look at that.
You can go into Halloween, do some fun Halloween stuff, to show
Right.
what it looks like. You can go into one of these. This actually we did up at a hairdresser, or actually a tanning salon up in Napa.
That is neat.
And she loves this pattern. She loves Halloween. It's called the Painted Lady. There's a shout out.
Oh, wow.
She's awesome.
I went out to a client's house and he told me his neighbor had lights. And so I said, I'm curious to see what if there are lights or different companies' lights. And we went around the corner and the first thing I noticed is like coming down from the eaves, there was white wire. This like thin, I don't know, 10 gauge, 12 gauge wiring.
Yep.
You could see it all along the gutter lines. It was just dangling. I thought, man, that could be a fire hazard. And it just looked crummy.
Yeah, and
This is clean.
That's part of Govee. I mean, that's just the brand. The Govee lights are do-it-yourself stuff, and they basically stick up with adhesive tape. And in Sacramento and in California and even in Nevada, it's so hot, and and in Arizona too, it's so hot that tape will melt, and those things will start falling off.
Wow.
You know, I did it on my back fence just to see how long it would last, and 2 weeks later the things were gone.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it just depends the quality that you put into it. Yes, they are a lot cheaper. They are a lot cheaper, but they are a lot cheaper.
Ah, right.
So that's just how it is.
Good things aren't cheap. Cheap things aren't good.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Chadwick, the light guy here. If you need any help with any of your outdoor lighting in the Sacramento Bay Area, now in Las Vegas, drop me a message.